Another week of Gwen sitting next to a track star. It's me, by the way. Hello, I'm Riley Kapchuk.
And I'm Gwen Good. Big thanks to Liv for covering me last week. She crushed it. But don't worry, you're stuck with me again. We've got a jam-packed show today from big wins, standout performances, and everything you need to know about LaSalle sports. So buckle up because it's going to be a good one. You're watching the Home for Explorers Athletics SportsLine.
Welcome to SportsLine. Your favorite hosts on LaSalle TV are back, and LaSalle athletics are still going.
And later, we'll highlight the standout players and those to watch in the coming weeks, breaking down their performances and impact on the team.
But first, let's take a look at our SportsLine top 3.
His retirement at the conclusion of the 2024-2025 season. His third season with the Explorers, Dunphy is a 1970 graduate and the all-time winningest coach in Philadelphia Big Five history. He will assume his role of special assistant to the president at LaSalle and has agreed to a lifetime contract with the university. Beginning immediately, a national search to determine Coach Dunphy's successor to ensure a smooth transition for the basketball program is underway.
Number 2, Gwen Good has been named the A10 Track Athlete of the Week for the second time this year. Her time of 15 minutes and 59.52 seconds is currently the fastest in the conference for the 5KM.
Number 3, this week's NovaCare Student Athlete of the Week is Katie Johnson from the women's lacrosse team, who scored 8 goals in 2 games along with an assist. Big congratulations to you, Katie.
Okay, Fran Dunphy leaving.
Wow, I was a bit surprised, but I mean, he's got to retire at some point.
Yeah, definitely. And this isn't his team he's been on forever. He coached Penn until 2006. Then he went to Temple. He retired in Temple 2018-19. And then he finished up with LaSalle.
He's done it all. He's gone everywhere in Philadelphia.
So yeah, definitely. That's why he's named like the Big Five winningest coach, because those teams did win. Unfortunately, we didn't win.
I think the problem with ours is we just don't have a consistent team that's going to stay together throughout the years. And I think that's clear with the bigger names. Like in bigger schools, the teams stay together for longer, so they do get to know each other and they play better. But with LaSalle, it's just constantly new players and stuff like that.
And he started at Penn, and they won multiple Ivy League championships. And they're back then, 20 years compared to now, college basketball rules definitely aren't the same.
True.
So it's definitely a little harder now, but he's still remained that coach for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about someone else I know. Congratulations for the second time.
Thank you.
It means you're good.
I mean, hopefully, yeah. It's pretty cool, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate the award. I don't really
Fastest in the conference. Does that make you feel like happy? How's that make you feel?
Yeah, a bit. I think I've got a little bit of a target on my back now, but I mean, you can't really not expect that.
That's what happens. Greatness.
Yeah, I know.
But also greatness, because I'm also
you're the track star, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's it for the top 3. Now let's see how our teams did in this week's recap. The LaSalle men's and women's track and field teams competed at Boston University for the second time this season, participating in the BU Valentine Invitational Friday and Saturday. On the women's side, Lexi Riverd participated in the 800-meter race, clocking in a time of 2 minutes, 11.16 seconds to finish in 59th place. Overall, in the 3K, Neve Mulai had a solid run, competing the race in 9 minutes, 50.61 seconds. Gwen Good turned in a stellar performance in the 5K, placing 29th with a time of 15 minutes, 59.42 seconds, setting a personal best by 10 seconds. Right behind Good was Helene Usher, who finished in 60 minutes, 30.14 seconds, putting together a strong performance in the event.
On the men's side, James Petak led the way for LaSalle in the mile, finishing with a time of 4 minutes, 10.48 seconds. Just behind him, Chanel Muir and Callum Murray who crossed the line in times of 4 minutes 13.49 seconds and 4 minutes and 16.82 seconds respectively. In the 5K, Matt Hill finished 87th overall with a time of 14 minutes and 3 seconds, while David Betts also competed in the race, crossing the line in 14 minutes and 36 seconds.
Lacrosse had another tough fight last Saturday against FDU. Starting in favor of FDU, FDU scored the first 4 goals of the game. Junior Emmy Waldron put the Explorers on the board with a goal with 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Senior Katie Johnson followed with a goal to make it 4-2. FDU responded with another goal before Johnson scored her second of the day with less than 3 minutes left in the opening quarter. FDU had yet another goal just before the buzzer beater sounded at leading 6-3. The second quarter saw FDU extend their lead, scoring 5 goals within the first 9 minutes. Johnson interrupted FDU's 6-0 run with a goal in the final 13 seconds of the half. Coming out of the break, sophomore Katie Licciardi scored just 37 seconds into the third, and junior Molly Maloney added another goal 48 seconds after to cut the lead to 11-6. Alana Lathan joined the scoring list minutes later, and Johnson scored again with 8 minutes 33 seconds left in the third. About 5 minutes later, Lathan got her second goal to bring the Explorers within 2. Maloney then scored a buzzer beater to make it 11-10 heading into the fourth quarter. FDU expanded their lead again with 9 minutes left in the game, but Maloney responded with a free position shot goal 5 minutes later. FDU controlled possession for most of the final minutes, holding off the Explorers to secure the victory. The Explorers unfortunately fell 12-11.
LaSalle women's lacrosse fell to UMBC on the road Wednesday afternoon, suffering an 18-3 loss at the host pulled away early in the second quarter to secure their third win of the season. The Explorers got on the board first when redshirt junior Alana Lathan opened the scoring with 10 minutes and 57 left in the first quarter. However, UMBC responded quickly with 2 goals to take the lead before Lathan struck again to tie it at 2 with 5 minutes and 29 remaining in the first. The Retrievers answered with 2 more goals to close out the quarter at 4-2. From there, UMBC took control, scoring 5 unanswered in the second to enter half-time with a commanding 9-2 lead. Junior Sam Clean found the back of the net off an assist from junior Molly Maloney with 5 minutes and 21 left in the third, but it wasn't enough to shift the momentum as the UMBC dominated the fourth, netting 5 more goals to steal the win.
Women's basketball traveled to Kingston, Rhode Island this weekend to take on Rhode Island University. With the Explorers opening with possession of the ball, freshman Joan Quinn nailed a step-back 3 from the top to give her team a 3-2 lead. Ashley Connors scored second-chance points midway through the first period, cutting the Rams' lead 8-7. In the second quarter, Mackenzie Delebra scored 4 points straight, bringing the Explorers within 4 at 19-15. She also contributed defensively with a steal and a block during the period. In the final minute of the half, junior Tyranisha Bowers secured a loose ball and passed it to Ivy Fox in the corner, who knocked down a shot to trim the Rams' lead 21-20. Sophomore Eris McToon and Quinn started the second half with a pair of layups, but the Explorers then hit a 4-minute scoring drought. Connor finally ended the slump at the free throw line, but not before the Rams extended their lead to 43-26. McToon scored 3 more times in the third, but the Explorers struggled defensively, allowing Rhode Island to shoot 11 and 13 from the field in the period. Continuing her strong play in the final quarter, McToon pushed her point total to 15, but it wasn't enough as the Explorers fell to Rhode Island with a final score of 77-54.
Men's basketball also travelled to Rhode Island this weekend. Jaleel White opened the scoring for the Explorers with the back-to-back 3-pointers, putting LaSalle ahead 6-2 early. However, the Explorers got into foul trouble quickly, with both White and Mac Eaton picking up 2 fouls each in the first 7 minutes of the game. After Rhode Island built a 7-point lead, Jones and Demetrius Lilley kept LaSalle close, knocking down a few 3-pointers. The Rams then went on a 12-1 run, pushing their lead to 34-19 with 6 minutes left in the first half. Lilley and Jones responded with 5 straight points to bring the lead back down to 10, but Rhode Island answered with a 3. With the score setting at 37-28, LaSalle went on to do an impressive run to close the gap. Corey McKeithen hit a buzzer-beater 3-pointer to cap off a 12-1 run, cutting the lead to 38-34 heading into the half-time. Rhode Island came out hot after the break, scoring the first 8 points of the half. Deshaun Shepherd was the first Explorer to get on the board in the second half, down by 13 at 48-36. LaSalle made a strong push, scoring 8 quick points to get back into the game. The team then exchanged runs, with Rhode Island scoring 8 straight points, followed by 5 from the Explorers. The Rams led 58-50 with 12 minutes to go. Rhode Island ripped off 6 straight points to build their largest lead of the game at 64-50. LaSalle answered with a 5 straight to cut the lead to 64-55. With the Rams maintaining a 9-point lead, Jones converted a 4-point possession of a flag front foul to slice the lead to 70-65. However, Rhode Island finished the score, scoring 7 straight points to beat the Explorers, falling 77-65.
Men's basketball hosted Richmond Wednesday night. In the opening 5 minutes, both teams traded off shots, with Corey McKeaton hitting a pair of triples while Deuce Jones' three-pointer allowed LaSalle to take the lead 11-10 with 15 minutes left in the half. The Explorers went on an 11-2 run, capped off by Mack and Teen dunk, putting them up 19-12. Etienne and Jones kept the Explorers up as Richmond closed the gap at 2. LaSalle's lead extended to 7 thanks to Jones' layup and a Shepherd three-pointer with just 2 seconds left in the half. Jones capped the Explorers' scoring in the first half with a long 3. The score was 35-30 at the break. In the opening minutes of the second, Jones kept the Explorers ahead with 2 made throws. Etienne had a jumper, but the Spiders were quick to take the lead. The teams that began battling ferociously to gain control despite a key three-pointer by Shepherd and some free throws from White. The Spiders kept their lead with just 30 seconds left in the game. Mack and Teen slammed down a bucket, trimming Richmond's lead to 1, getting the ball back with 25 seconds to go. Jones fell short of the rim, allowing the Spiders to regain possession. Richmond put it away with 2 more free throws, causing the Explorers to fall 63-58.
The swim and dive team have had a great success and set numerous records in the A10 conference meet so far. We'll take a deep dive into that, all those highlights next week, so be sure to tune in then for all the recap.
Okay. Forgot how to speak today.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. And me too.
So we're going to start with lacrosse. I'm excited for lacrosse personally because, one, I play lacrosse, so I have like a little connection with that. But also because they haven't had a good season.
You should maybe join them and take control and be an assistant coach.
I'm retired.
I don't know what's going on. How
retired.
Can you lose? I'm sorry. I did used to play football, so I do know a little bit how the score works. But how can you lose 18-2 or 3?
And sometimes that happens. They beat Delaware 14-3.
Is that how it goes? You can score loads like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't really get stopped. But anyways, they had a not so great season last season, and they're only 4 games in.
I might be a bit harsh then. I am.
It's okay.
I do apologize.
It's okay. No, don't apologize to me. It's okay. I'm not on the team. But they did have a not so good season last season, and this season they only played, I think, 4 games, but they won the first one.
Maybe this is the trend. They start a little bit like...
And they're not being beat. They lost to, who did they play? FDU only... What is it? Continue. You can go. Sorry. I lost
I think they've got another game this Saturday, I know. So hopefully they've learned a few things. They've got to switch things up. Like, I don't know, maybe they do need to look at coaching. I don't know if that's too much to ask, but like...
I feel like
some things need to change if they want to have a better season, because they can't really start off losing so much.
And to make a change, you want to do it earlier in the season. Yeah. And I feel like there was some
momentum to give them confidence.
There was some change that's definitely been made because they're not being beat. They lost by 1 point.
That is true. I take it back.
And then we got a personal record in here too. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. That. Can I also say quickly, I was at the basketball game at Richmond last night. It was really good. Really good.
They didn't win though.
No, but it was good.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be discussing who we think are the standout players of their season. Stay tuned.
When a child in your life requires intensive care, their health fragile, their condition complex, certified acute care pediatric and neonatal nurse practitioners will give you the information and support you need to make the best decisions for your child, while providing the critical care your child needs. Trained to diagnose and manage life-threatening conditions and emergencies, they are trained to make a difference. Learn why at certifiednurses.org.
Hi, welcome back to SportsLine. We are going to start with who we think are standout players so far this season. Ashley Connor and Joan Quinn from the women's basketball team, both new to the team this year and have made a tremendous impact on and off the court. Connor's highest scoring point so far this season was 21 against Delaware, and for Quinn, it's 23 points against St. Joseph's. To have a player such as Connor at LaSalle, who has played the game at the collegiate level for a few years, will only benefit the team as they continue to improve throughout the season. From a past interview with Connor, we got a better insight into her work ethic and motivation when it comes to basketball. In addition to her understanding of the game from her time at St. Joseph's, here's a snippet from Ashley Connor's interview. She went to St. Louis. About LaSalle's basketball program when you made your decision to come here.
Yeah, so I would say I knew that they struggled last year, but I'm the kind of person where I wanted to come make an impact somewhere. My first 2 years at St. Louis weren't exactly how I wanted them to be, but I definitely gained a lot of experience going from starting every single year in high school to then playing the bench a little bit more. I saw the game of basketball from a different lens, and so after I saw it like that, I decided that I really wanted to get back on the court and make an impact. And so when I talked to Mountain and Day and Boo and all them, I was like, they gave me that trust that I could come here and do what I knew how to do and play and put people in the right positions. And as soon as I got here, we kind of picked up right where we were. And so knowing that you had that smooth transition and the trust with your coaches that it's going to be how they tell you it's going to be was a huge thing.
Yeah, and
On the track and field side of things, Helene Usher, after her incredible run at the BU Valentine Invitation on Saturday, where she ran a time of 16 minutes and 30 seconds, this is only the beginning for Usher as she continues to work hard and progress in the next couple of weeks. Soleil Morrison has also had a remarkable start to the track and field season, achieving a program record in the 200 metres in a time of 25.3 seconds. However, this isn't the end of Morrison, only the beginning as she continues to dominate in the 200 metres and 400 metres. Additionally, Alexi Rivard has had a strong start to her indoor season. Her strength and power is clear, with her consistency in races hasn't gone unnoticed. On the men's side, Matt Hill has been someone to look out for since his arrival back in 2023. Some may say Hill had a rocky start with his first year at LaSalle, but it's now evident that the gears are turning and he's become one of the most impactful runners on the men's team. This performance at the BU Valentine Invitational cemented this as he ran a time of equal to his 5K outdoor personal best, an impressive 14 minutes and 3 seconds. Showcasing his growth and resilience. McCallum Rowe has been another standout performer for the men's track and field team, demonstrating remarkable consistency and passion for the sport. His dedication has been a source of inspiration for his teammates, pushing the squad to new heights. As Rowe enters his final year at LaSalle, his commitment to both the sport and the university is deeply appreciated and will undoubtedly be missed next season. With the A10 Conference Championships approaching, the men's and women's track and field team is gearing up for what promises to be an exciting and hopefully successful showing for the Explorers.
Moving quickly to the men's and women's swim and dive team, who had a rough few meets so far, but have found a way to get back up and compete against the very best in the conference. Gabricia Herbinder has been a standout performer for the last 3 years at LaSalle, but her performance isn't slowing down just yet. Herbinder just last year earned 2 personal bests at the A10 Conference Championship in the 200M breast and the 400M IM. Herbinder also took 7th in the 400M IM event at the same meet. These stats and previous success in previous meets makes Gabriessa Herbinder someone to keep an eye out this year in the A10 Conference Championships that's happening this week. Equally importantly, Lucas DeCaney from the men's swim and dive team is someone who has dominated in his respected event. DeCaney won both the 1M and 3M diving events in his first 3 meets of the season. These results can only give us confidence and anticipation to hear what DeCaney can do against the best divers at the A10 Conference Championships this week.
Despite how superior these two athletes have been for the swim and dive team, their success wouldn't be achievable without the support and hard work from the rest of the team. This was clear by both Gabriessa Herbandera and Lucas DeCaney in a recent interview we did with them.
I always mention it about when we do our talks on SportsLine, how energized your team is. I feel like there's a really good bond community in that, both with the swim and dive together. What is it like? Can you describe it?
It's electric sometimes. Sometimes we struggle with certain things, and that's every team, but we've always been able to bounce back from the previous challenge and come back stronger. And we got a great group of guys, great group of women, and I could not be more thankful to be ending my career here at LaSalle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like our team we have each other backs, and no matter how hard the times get, we are there for each other. Still one of the memories that I have is one of the practices that we had when women were swimming separately from men, and the guys got out and started cheering on us. And it's something that I personally didn't see at meets back home, so it was totally different, and I feel like we can cheer on each other, we can help each other.
With spring sports just around the corner, a lot of exciting talent is ready to be shown, and these are the players that you should keep an eye on this spring. On the women's lacrosse team, a huge standout already is senior Katie Johnson, who ended her season last year with a total of 35 goals. Johnson currently has 10 goals with only 4 games into the season. Another player would be Alana Lathan, who only appeared in 10 games last season, now a starter who has racked up 7 goals and 3 assists.
Both men's and women's golf is starting up within the next several weeks, and after the successful seasons the men's team had at the end of last year, it will be exciting to see what they can do this year. A player to look out for this on the men's side is freshman Peyton Hawke, who is coming to LaSalle with 5 first-place wins during his senior year. On the women's side, junior Nina Okanakavo stood out a lot towards the end of her season last year, placing 3rd place overall in the conference.
We're excited to see how our teams will do with their seasons. For now, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have all of this week's upcoming games.
When the game is on the line, championship teams know the game plan. They communicate and work together to win. We all need a game plan to protect ourselves online. Talk to family and friends so they know how to stay safe too. Create strong passwords, turn on multi-factor authentication, update software, and recognize and report phishing, because online safety is not something you want to fumble. Get more game-winning tips at cisa.gov/secure-our-world. Then share them with family and friends.
Welcome back. We have a busy week of Explored Sports, so here's what you have to look forward to. Men's and women's swimming will finish their A10 championship meet in Hampton, Virginia. Men's and women's track will race at the Philly Metro Friday at 3 p.m. And women's lacrosse will host Lehigh University Saturday at noon.
Women's basketball will host St. Bonaventure Saturday at 2 p.m. at the John Glazer Arena. They will then travel to New York Wednesday to take on Fordham at 6:30. That same day, men's basketball will host Duquesne, also at 6:30. Water polo will travel to California to compete against Witter Thursday at 6 p.m.
California, that's far.
That is far. I want to go to California. That's so cool.
Well, let's join the water polo team.
Oh God, I couldn't. They're very tough. Those ladies.
Yeah,
I could never.
No, I know.
I've seen how they practice.
Yeah,
and if they practice as well as they play, then
I had an interview with one, and that's basically they're being drowned.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyways, that's what I got from that. Let's talk about your little meet coming up.
Yeah, the meet tomorrow is exciting.
Are you playing in it?
I'm not playing in it. I'm going to go watch it though, hopefully. So a lot of the girls are doing the mile. There's a few people who haven't raced so far this season who are going to be racing. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited to see how they do. And obviously I love to see the guys. They always race so aggressively.
Yeah, and in lacrosse, they play Lehigh. Lehigh's a pretty even match team, I would say, as they've been in the past. I'm not sure with their game this year. But last year, they've been pretty at the same skill level as
Yeah,
us,
that's
I would say.
exciting, yeah.
So I'm hoping for a win this weekend for lacrosse. I'm a big lacrosse advocate, as you can see now this year.
Yeah,
though,
I can tell now.
Until they start losing.
I think I'm going to ask the coaches if you can be an assistant coach for them.
Oh.
Maybe we'll see some wins then.
Maybe.
Or have you on
definitely.
the squad. That would be cool. Would you want to do that?
We'll talk about that after the show.
Okay.
And then basketball is finishing up because they're not playing a lot. They used to have about 3 games a week. Now men's has 1 game, women's has 2. They get a little break, which is nice.
I'm excited. I always like to go watch the basketball games. They always bring a lot of...
How was last night's?
Well, they brought out pizza because they had the 10 free throws, so that was quite cool.
And you got a shirt, right?
Yeah, we got a
Was
shirt.
that
It's like a
right?
white, no, it was a yellow shirt with like the Explorer.
It said,
Go
what is it?
Explorers or something.
Oh.
I'm not too sure.
Okay,
Oh,
well-
Only Outlaws.
Okay.
That's what it was.
And that's like our like
People to come
fan
and watch.
base.
Yeah,
fan base. So that's lucky you got a shirt. I did not get a shirt.
No, because you went there. Okay.
Busy, but I'll be at the track meet tomorrow at 3. That just about wraps it up for us this week. If you can't make it out to see the Explorers play, be sure to tune in next week for our coverage. With this week other sporting events, visit goexplorers.com.
Also, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalleTV and on Instagram at SportsLineLTV. We welcome you to send your thoughts and suggestions there. Before you go, we want you to see you repping LaSalle. Send us a selfie from any upcoming LaSalle game via our Instagram, and you might get a shout out in the next episode of SportsLine.
For our entire SportsLine team, I'm Riley Kapchuk.
And I'm Gwen Good. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the game.